So the SEMCCA project in Kisumu focused a lot on building and strengthening the collaboration for circular food systems. And this meant that we had to draw in civil society organizations, academia, private businesses, community-based organizations, and the local government officials to engage, to learn together, to co-create knowledge, and develop shared collaborative practices to identify ways that they can continuously work together in building the inclusive and sustainable food systems for the county.
Prior to this, decision-making within the climate is non-consultative. You would find that each and every department of government and each and every stakeholder were making decisions independently without creating synergy or a collective platform in which decisions will be made collectively.
Now there's involvement of including the civil society organizations that represent the grassroots actors, those who are affected and are likely to be beneficiaries of any actions that are taken. So I would say now the decision making has become more inclusive.
And why was this important at this particular time? So the food systems of Kisumu are characterized by inadequate local food production and inefficiencies in distribution, in processing, and in retail. So these inefficiencies mean that more food has to be produced to satisfy the needs of the fast-growing urban population. And in the way it's being done, it's contributing to environmental degradation, to greenhouse gas emissions, and this is in turn leading to climate change.
So we've seen a lot of progress through the SEMCCA project towards realizing more active civil society organizations and government being more open and being more willing to work with civil society organizations. That also includes organizations that bring together even the private for-profit business enterprises that are now coming up to support such initiatives that can be able to contribute to circular food systems, because they also realize that their businesses can also benefit from the same.
We created a series of 3 learning labs which enabled the participants to identify the areas of tension and opportunities for sustained collaboration in realizing a circular food system. The first learning lab built an understanding of the linkages between food systems and climate change, and also articulated climate change-related challenges and opportunities in Kisumu County's food system. Also, in the same lab, participants identified the key local stakeholders, both national and regional, along the food value chain, that are instrumental to driving local food systems transformation towards a circular economy. In the second learning lab, we looked at the policy environment around climate change and food systems and highlighted the ongoing initiatives from the different stakeholders that were present. Eventually, this led into the third learning lab where we discussed the processes of creating a working group that can bring together diverse stakeholders for learning, for formulating action on food systems and climate change.
Now, through this ICLE project, it is trying to bring in all the stakeholders, all the multi-sectoral players within one forum in which decisions can be made collectively through widespread consultations, so that a single decision made by the team is able to increase efficiency and response to climate change and strengthening of urban food systems.
Creating spaces and platforms for collaboration needs to be intentional and driven by either the local government or other stakeholders such as civil society organization. However, this is valuable if we are closely bringing on board key stakeholders or actors that are impacted by the issues at hand. The Kisumu process document that we crafted as an outcome from the entire engagement was drafted as a blueprint that can be adopted by different stakeholders in other cities to set up working groups around identified thematic areas.
When civil society organizations are clear on the agenda of the local government, and the government is also clear on the agenda of the organizations, then the presumed tensions that exist, or sometimes just perceptions of tensions between the local government and civil society organizations, are reduced, and then they are able to work better for the citizenry.
I want to say that this is exactly in line with our constitution of Kenya, and specifically also one of the Urban Areas and Cities Act that emphasizes on citizen participation or public participation. Looking at what we have from the labs, we've seen different stakeholders participating, consulting, and engaging one another. Now, this lab has made us to know what we have, which previously some of us didn't know.
A particular organization that has been involved in the entire SEMCCA process has taken ownership of the Circular Food Systems Working Group, and it will house it till it has collected the resources and the capacity to operate on its own. This is key because they see the value in the platform as a way of taking forward and continuing the engagements of the SEMCCA project.